Yes, this is Ted Kennedy, and you're listening to two golf pros who occasionally find themselves at the top of the leaderboard until they sober up and climb down. It's Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy on ESPN Radio 1280 AM, the Central Coast Sports Leader.
Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you guys are with us. Golf Talk Radio brought to you by Slicksticks, slicksticks.com. Dave Shamandl, give him a call at 805-598-9993 today for clubs, flight scope, golf lessons, fittings, re-grippings, which is about the time of the year. She probably 999. You have a new training aid.
I do.
But maybe you
don't want to share it now,
you don't want to share it yet.
Can we throw it out, this idea, and run with it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to run. I'll walk gently with it.
I don't think you're going to turn much.
It is my pleasure to introduce Owen Avrit. He's been on the show many times ever since he was little, and for many different reasons. But this past week, Owen was selected as one of the 8 finalists of the First Tee Outstanding Participant Award. It's a national award presented by Shell Oil Company, one of the founders of the First Tee. It recognized the exemplary achievement in the academics, community service, chapter involvement, and leadership. As a finalist of the First Tee Outstanding Participant Award, Owen was invited to attend the Outstanding celebration and network meeting last week. I'm reading this, as you can tell. I usually don't read when I'm on the radio, but I am. He was at a summit. I know that he was going to share what went on during his summit. I saw a lot of pictures, but wasn't there with him. But I was there at lunch at his luncheon, which was pretty darn cool. Love kale. Got to have a big bowl of kale.
Kale's good, isn't it? That kale was awesome.
I miss the kale. I kind of went by it.
Yeah, that's
dessert.
But anyways, I thought I would read this because when we nominated Owen, we believed that he was definitely worthy of being an outstanding participant. I mean, there's hundreds that apply for this. That they just have to be exceptional First Tee participants to get this award. I had to write a letter on his behalf, and so I'm going to read the letter. And again, I don't read much when I'm talking the radio, so bear with me. But here's the reason I'm reading it is because I had to write a letter on his behalf, knowing that people reading it have not met me or him, the committee, that they don't know us. So I had to explain something about somebody. If you can't tell them, have your emotions with you and try to explain it personally. Right. So this is what I wrote. If I had to pick one word to describe Owen Avrit, that word would be outstanding. Owen is one of my first chapter participants back in 2005. Since that time, he's been involved with our programming every session and rarely misses a class. Owen has a passion for the game like no other. He truly is an extreme talent that already has built an outstanding tournament and playing resume. But really impresses me is that as outstanding as Owen is as a player, he is even better as a person. Owen is kind and extremely thoughtful. He always gives 100% in everything he does. Owen absolutely loves to learn and explore, and he's incredibly focused. These are traits that I have the utmost respect for. Owen has always been an outstanding student. He consistently maintains a 4.0 GPA. I do believe he had 1 B, but we'll talk about that later. But as far as I knew, he's never had anything but A's. I actually saw a report card of his. He had 7 A pluses at one time. Yet when he's not focusing on schoolwork, developing his golf game, and playing in tournaments, etc., which is a lot of his time, he's still able to find time to volunteer for our chapter special needs golf program, and is truly an outstanding young man. Owen Avrit truly exemplifies what the First Tee stands for. He is a respectful, confident person that consistently sets goals and works hard to achieve them. He is a standout on his high school varsity team and fully intends to play golf in college and beyond. Although Owen may only be 16 years of age, I am proud to say he is already an outstanding member of my go-to team, my personal team. I highly recommend this fine young man for the Outstanding Leadership Summit, and confident that he will be a positive impact on all of those around him. So that's the letter that I wrote. Kind of share with the listeners how I feel about this young man. But hi, Owen. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Billy, thank you.
You're welcome, man. Thank you for being who you are. Let's talk about your week. You were
all right.
You were selected as one of the top eight, but you're 28. You were selected as one of the 28 at first. Did you know when you were notified of that? Were you notified that you were top 8, or first notified that you were selected to the 28?
I think I was first notified for the 28, but like a minute later,
okay.
They sent me another email.
How did they choose 28? Like, why is it 28? Do you know?
14 girls, 14 boys.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
different backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, and social backgrounds and stuff like that. So
Got it.
it's and where the 28 comes from, I don't know. Why not 30? I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. So there's 14. So and of course, so you went there. You met all 28 of these people. Yeah. And so, what was your experience like? Is you had a long week, right?
It was a long week. it was really fun though. I had a really great time. We learned a lot. There was a lot of sitting and listening to like the seminars that you guys would go to. We had a lot of those, but they were really good. Our first speaker was Joe Louis Barrow Jr. He was just kind of.
Have you known Joe Louis before? Have you met him before?
Just a couple times.
Okay, well that's more than most.
Yeah.
So because he retired. That was the celebration that Joe Louis Barrow was 17 years. He was the CEO of the First Tee. The 20 years of its life. Last 17 years he's been the CEO. He retired. So it was nice that you got to spend time with him.
Yeah.
So and it said that you were like I'm having trouble with my headphones here. Sorry. Workshops. You were kind of in a what is it called? You had classes?
Yeah.
Are they leadership workshops kind of thing?
Yeah. It was just learning about like. We talked about social media. We talked about taking risks and how we can use that as a tool for success. And we just did a lot of leadership developing and character building activities. And we had some talks about the college process. And then the final day, right before the gala dinner, at the end, we had a Q&A with Annika Sorenstam and George W. Bush. It was really neat.
Name dropping there, buddy? Just a few names.
That is awesome.
Which is pretty darn impressive. Just the power of the people that were there. I mean, the speakers were incredible. But I do know that I know personally the people that were your leaders, like Dr. Ted and Dr. Al and those people. Yeah. And they are the best of the best in their industry. Yeah. And I've always considered you a leader in our chapter because you've always given back and you always help with the little people. You're so great with the little 6 and 7 year olds. It's amazing. Do you consider yourself a leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool because some leaders don't realize that they just are. And it's nice that you know that because I think they're trying to hone your skills in a fun way and celebrate your accomplishments by honing your skills in the future for future leadership. I'm sure you know you're going to be a leader on your high school team. You're probably the go-to guy this year, and you've got some good freshmen coming in.
Yeah.
So they're going to look up to you. I know all the young people in our programming look up to you, as do I, because you're just an exceptional young man. So. Your takeaway, Mike and I, we briefly talked about the takeaway from the event. I know you kind of experienced a little different event than we did, and what was cool is they tied your stuff into, they got up and sang the song and held the signs up and stuff like that. That musician guy was great.
Oh, he was awesome.
At 8:30 in the morning, he was.
Yeah, he was.
I
awesome.
don't have his name on top of my head, but he was.
I think it was Javier Colon.
He was one of the. He won the Voice or was on the Voice.
The inaugural year of the Voice, 13 years ago.
It was 8:30 in the morning or whatever, and he just jammed it, man.
Yeah.
It was so good, and it gave me goosebumps, that whole thing. But so I got to see pieces of you, and I got to run into you a few times, but I know you were busy. But what's your takeaway from it? I mean, what did you get the most out of that?
Through all the speakers and the activities, there was a lot to take away on how to basically become a better leader in just your community. There was a part of going to this leadership summit is the community service project that we have to and I'm really
we'll talk about that if we'll talk about it on air, but I'll talk about it a little more. We do got to sit and meet this thing because I love you. You really have a 3-parter idea, and all of them fit very well together. The speech, I was involved in you sent a copy to it, and you've been working on it for a month now or something, and you had to polish it down to 3 minutes, and it seemed like they were very strict on your time frame, and you had to rehearse it. You did not seem nervous and at all, and I was nervous for all of those young people getting up there in front of 1,300 people were there that night, including some dignitaries in the world and some of the top people in the whole industry were there, and you just got up and just nailed it. What was going through your mind before you started, and Was your heart beating hard fast?
Yeah, I mean, I was really excited to go do it. I was looking forward to that moment for a couple months ever since I was selected for it.
Looking forward to it in a positive way or dreading a moment?
No, in a positive way. I was excited for it, but at the same time, I was really nervous because I wanted to do good and I wanted to give myself the best shot at winning that final award.
Yeah. Was that speech part of the judgment for that?
No, it wasn't.
I'm telling you,
sadly, though.
It's so too bad that wasn't part of
I
that.
was excited.
I agree.
Because if I was sitting there judging it and stuff, although I'm a biased pen over here judging, but if I had an open mind, I thought you did it great. Is it similar or fair to say that it's the same kind of excitement as the first tee jitters of a big event? Getting to the first tee and driving.
To some extent,
You get excited about it.
Yeah.
You're ready to get this thing going.
Yeah.
When you play in your first PGA Tour event, you're going to have that same kind of, got to get that first tee shot off. And once it's off, it's like, okay, I got this done. Although the first tee shot lasts seconds, and that his thing was 3 minutes long.
5.
Was you doing?
It was almost
Did you
5.
time?
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
You went over, kid. You went over. No
I know.
wonder.
It was like 4:30. 4 minutes 30 seconds.
Full disclosure, best 5
That
minutes.
was awesome.
Except for my vows. My wedding vows were pretty cool. But besides
You
that,
talking about the ones there right before Owen had his speech, or
No.
you talking about the ones?
no, but I'll explain.
Because that's a whole other thing.
That's
too.
a whole other thing. And I said yes. So only 5 minutes was the most important, special 5 minutes of my life. I was riveted, and I was trying to film the video too. I mean, this thing too, and I'm crying, and my phone's all over the place, and I'm dropping the phone and trying to. It was pretty cool, but I got engaged to Darren, his dad.
Yeah, you did. That was a shocker.
And I said it was.
No one saw that.
It was a
coming.
very special moment for me. No one saw it coming. But so I turned around, and Darren says he got down on one knee. And here's what happened. So unfortunately, Owen's mom she was invited to come, and they had a table right up front for the participant. And for flight reasons, she couldn't get there. So there was an extra seat. So Darren and his wife would have had 2 seats, and so Darren came up to me and asked me if I would take his hand and this relationship up to the table. So I said, okay, I had to think about it for a minute and texted my wife, and she was cool with it. And so I got to get front and center and to see, sit with.
Well, when Darren came back, you weren't there, and Darren came back and he goes, "Hey, I got an extra chair. Who wants to come sit with me?" I said, "It's got to be Billy."
Oh, so I was his second choice?
No,
Man.
he was just throwing it out
if I'd
there.
have known that,
He didn't have a
said
choice.
yes.
He was just throwing it to the table for the first tee Central Coast, and we said, "You got to take Billy."
So did you know that I'm into part of your family now, bud? Son?
All right.
Good job. But it was pretty cool because it got the table white. It was really kind of neat. So when it was over, big sigh of relief. Were you still excited for the others coming up behind you? There were 6 more.
Yeah, I was. I was looking forward to their speeches. I was looking forward to what they had to say.
You don't seem like the kind of person that's awestruck by anything, but you're with some celebrities at the table. You had the Golf Channel people were right there. Todd Lewis, which he does a lot more than just Golf Channel. He does a lot of the big tournament events. And what's the young lady's name? Part of the show. I don't know.
Lauren Thompson.
Yeah.
So were you awestruck by anything there? Because you're meeting former presidents and
Yeah, it was.
Annika Sorenstam.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
I'm just curious. Are you glad you went?
I'm really glad I went. It was a great week. It was very different from all the other academies that we do.
Yeah, I would think a little bit.
It was very different, but it was different in a good way.
Well, they've been flying you around and one of the things Owen is got to experience. He's now almost 17, going into Are you a junior this year?
Yeah.
Right. So you have another year of high school. But he's done almost all the opportunities the first he has to offer. So he's flown around the country for the Life Skills Experience Academy, or the Life Skills and Leadership Academy. You went to the Advanced Academy or the College Prep Academy. Yeah. You went to the Par 3 tournament. You've been all over the country now, right?
Yeah.
You've been stuck in Phoenix. You've experienced modern air travel firsthand. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah,
because
it's a lot of fun.
Because I would suggest, if there's others listening, and if you're young people are anywhere in the country, you can find a first tee. We're in every state, but if you're local here in the Central Coast area, look up to one of the sites, because these opportunities are there for these young people. That they put in their hard work, it pays off. There's no charge to your families at all for these things. Yeah, and so and they fly you all. You've been all over the place. Virginia, you love Virginia. Yeah. And I want to. That's Ted was amazing. That was the Par 3.
Yes,
that was a Par 3. Because I know you're thinking Virginia schools, maybe.
Possibly, but I mean, there's snow, so
Well,
I don't
not
know
much.
about that.
Not much. That's right on the border, buddy.
Yeah,
That's not.
it is, but
That's not. It's not like you're going to Minnesota,
yeah,
right? but you've been fortunate enough, and I say this, I think you've earned it. But you've got to go to a lot of places that the First Tee offers. And would you recommend the First Tee for up and coming young people?
Absolutely.
And golfer, there's no question you're an exceptional talent, one of the best players I know. But this whole week-long summit, did you ever hit a golf ball?
Yeah. I mean, Mike, Nikki, my dad, and I, we went and played that tiny par 3 course, but that wasn't part of the academy.
But it wasn't part of your
that
summit.
wasn't.
So the summit had nothing to do with golf.
Nothing to do with golf.
So, which is interesting, right? Because we're a golf development, youth development thing. And
he shot 4 under.
I know, I know.
And I would say
how'd you do 4 under?
I would say that the demeanor of Owen would tell me that he probably felt like he should have been 8 or 9 under.
Well, that's what he said. Yeah. I do 4 under. Like, oh, that it, man?
That was a lot of fun, though. That was cool. I enjoyed that.
That's okay. I was in traction in my bedroom. Don't worry about me. I was all braced up. Oh, it's okay.
I thought that's where you were working on your putting your putting aid, because there's a little miniature putting course. We didn't do that either.
I didn't even see that. I would have done that.
So you could have kicked my what,
I would have
man,
Let's go back.
with the training.
Was there a
aid?
miniature putting course there?
There was.
Yeah. Oh, now
see, you could have walloped me.
What could have
you
been?
You would have stumbled on the training aid before that.
I would. Yes, I would have. But I bring this up because the First Tee is much more than the game, and this is a leadership, and you're recognized as a leader in your community, and how you give back. And you mentioned something in your speech about working with the Special Olympics and special needs, and those are the kind of things that are just awesome. But as good as golfers you are, this First Tee sent you to a non-golfing at all. Yeah. And there's 2 golf courses on the property that we're at, right?
Well, yeah.
and not including a par 3 course.
3 golf courses and a mini course.
And I didn't know when we were driving in and out, because we were always driving in and out during the night.
Yeah.
The course that we played Sunday morning was right there.
Oh, that's the one that we drive up the driveway?
Yeah.
It was right there where all the First Tee flags were. That was like the 8th hole or something there.
Very cool.
Oh, nice.
I understand there was a gator out there.
There was a gator. There were some giant sand cranes.
There was
those birds you're talking about.
Did
you see those?
You should have seen
on my
the sand
swing
crane.
aid.
The sand crane was jumping up and down doing a dance, and Nikki decided to imitate it. And Coach Lori goes,
"Oh, video!
I wouldn't do that if I were you. That means that thing is trying to protect its territory." And
and
Nikki's
a gator,
going, look, it's dancing.
A gator going,
They're
food.
big. Well, they're as tall as me. When and you.
Well, how come I miss all this stuff?
Because you guys were leaving at 5 in the morning to go home.
He left at 3:30 in the morning to go home.
I know, that was nuts.
But anyways, Owen, don't go away. Stick with us, because we're going to talk about being thankful. Mike, you want to take us out, because when we come back, this is the Thanksgiving Day show, or Thanksgiving Week show, and what we're thankful for. And we're gonna share some stuff we're all thankful for. And I'm thankful for you, Owen, very much so.
Thankful for you.
All right.
I'm thankful for you guys.
I'm thankful for you too.
I'm thankful for this microphone.
and the one ear headphone is awesome.
Brick, do you love Lamp, or are you just saying that? I love Lamp. All right, well, that will be out. Thank you to Sundale Country Club. We'll be right back. 661-831-5224 is the phone number, sundalecountryclub.com. We'll be right back, guys. Stay with us. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy on ESPN Radio.